The Chapter 5 storyline starts itself off with a brand new revamp with two brand new factions. The Society, those that have captured Peely, and the other faction, the Underground, the Rebels. There are many different points of interest around the map which represent each faction. You'll see these two symbols. This symbol here represents the bad guys, as we know as the Society, and this other symbol here represents the Underground, which is kind of the rebel group, which is actually crossed out. Inside of Jones's underground lair, we can see a lot of references to different parts of the story where Jones is currently researching. First off, we can take a look at this board where he has 4 different pictures of the other 4 Battle Pass skins. These are obviously Oscar, Mont, Everburn and Nisha. This is quite important because they are going to be kind of the focus of Jones's research to find out exactly maybe where Peely is or what they've done with Peely, and maybe why this society isn't on Jones's list to be friends with. Kind of interesting. We can also see on the wall over here a reference to the Ninja Turtles. Maybe he's going to call these in to help him out, but also inside of here on the monitors you can see an outline of Dr. Sloan. I wonder if Jones is searching for her after what's happened after the Big Bang, or is this a complete reset on the story? It feels very similar to season 2 of chapter 2, which kind of makes sense because technically we went back in time to chapter 1 and then we reset because of the Big Bang, and it's kind of following on maybe similar vibes to the chapter 2 season 2, but taking the story its own way now with the Society as the first faction and obviously the Underground. And then we'll learn more about this society. Who is it? What is it? We don't exactly know. That's just the current term being used for it, but it probably is more than it actually is. Taking a little look at the Fortnite loading screens, we can see that Oscar the cat / tiger has actually captured Peely in one of these loading screens. It's quite interesting to see, but also if you look a little bit further, Peely seems to have slipped out of his ropes and seems to be having some sort of giant bevy just completely chilling, while duelist Nisha is having a little bit of a nightmare. So kind of cool to see that Peely might be safe, but where's he been taken after this? That's the questions we've got to look into. There's a few different POIs on the map which do reference back to this chapter 2 era as well. Even the yacht's back, which was once owned by MIDAS. We know that this yacht even has a logo of the Society, which is very similar to MIDAS as well. It's actually 2 golden hands around an eye, which could reference to MIDAS. And there's even a building on the map which has lots of Easter eggs back to old chapters, and it also has one of the chairs that MIDAS has used inside of here. So lots of references back to chapter 2. We also see areas on the map which are similar to the rig. We see other areas as well, like pictures of the agency, Easter eggs. And not to forget that Oscar and Mont do look very similar to MIDAS. We know that MIDAS looks similar to Mont, and the clothes that Oscar wear also look similar to what MIDAS used to wear. And it's important to mention that MIDAS' assistant back in the day was Miyazo's being his best friend Cat. So the question is, will Fortnite actually give MIDAS a proper story? We know that chapter 2 season 2 really didn't give him much of a story. To be honest, if I asked you, do you know MIDAS' story? You probably wouldn't. I don't know it. I don't really know one. I know that he built the device and he was eaten by a shark, but other than that, there isn't really a story to it. There was a huge theory in the community that possibly MIDAS was part of IO, but to be honest, it's just the back of someone's head and we can't really confirm if it's MIDAS or not. So MIDAS himself as a character in Fortnite has a lot of room for character development and maybe even a crucial character in the storyline for the future. Like, why do you think MIDAS was a crucial character in the LEGO scene? I don't know, maybe it's just a reference to him, but there's no reference to the 7 in here or any IO, apart from a little brief scene of Dr. Sloan. Also, with the LEGO collab happening, it looks like these 7 weren't even finished for the release of it, and they have so much more potential than they've given them. No masks, no helmets. It's kind of strange. I hope the others do get it. I know this is a bit of a side topic, but maybe the theory and the reason behind this is because they want to move away from the 7 and kind of just leave them behind. I guess these would have probably been more detail and maybe even the focus of the LEGO release if they were still main characters. Don't forget to pop in code POSTYITEMSHOP to support me further. It really does mean the world to me and goes a long way, so thank you everyone supporting me over there. And also guys, the final one I want to end up on is this loading screen here. Brilliant cut take. This one is really important because Mont is saying one thing: I present my vision for the island's future, the Society. We'll leave it at that. Let me know in the comments your theories down below, and we'll expand on the storyline throughout the weeks as new information does come out.